Well, many have dreams to one day work on Broadway. The one in New York is what we're talking about. And recently, aspiring performers at the Nashville School of the Arts and John Overton High School got a special treat from Broadway director and television creator Gordon Greenberg.
He says that it's about more than show business. Local on 2 sat down with him before the lecture to get the ins and outs of what it takes to be the best in the biz.
We are so lucky because Adam Sanseveri, who is the head of our board, works at Alliance Bernstein, and they have been amazingly supportive of the arts and specifically of importing artists from Broadway to basically go to different cities. And because they're based here in Nashville, they're putting a real focus on enhancing the life of arts and arts education here in Nashville. So I was fortunate enough to be asked to come down, and it's one of my favorite cities. And I've taught master classes here before at Belmont. My cousins live here. They're all in the music industry. And I love the vitality and the sense of creative possibility that's sort of in the air here. There's a buzz. There's a real great feeling here in Nashville. I'm here this weekend primarily to teach master classes in theater, in storytelling, in acting, in singing, and really in how you can cultivate your best self. Ultimately, what we're doing, especially for younger students, is to help them get in touch with who they are. Because as audience members, what we're looking to do or to see on stage is someone's truest self. That's the privilege that we have when you go to a Broadway theater, or any theater really, is you're watching someone who is taking the ultimate risk, which is sharing themselves, their truest selves. It's like you wouldn't want to go see Cirque du Soleil if there was a net right under them, which is why when you go to the theater, you want to see someone who's taking the risk to be vulnerable. Mostly it's a sense of self-esteem, and that what they have, which frequently is what they consider to be their greatest liability or what makes them feel like a freak, is ultimately going to be their greatest asset. It's going to be the thing that makes them unique, that makes them fly and soar as a performer, as an artist, as a person who is looking to sort of the crevices of humanity to shine a light on things that we don't talk about every day. And that's the privilege I have, which is to be here and help them to free their truest selves. The biggest thing is that we are all a part of an amazing organization called Broadway Dreams that starts their summer tour on Memorial Day with a guy named Conor Gallagher, who was a choreographer of Beetlejuice, and he's a collaborator of mine on many shows. We did Tangled, the musical for Disney, and he's leading that first workshop, which I believe will be here. But it's sort of a unique opportunity for kids all over the country to be able to work with the creators who are making Broadway shows, who are right there in the saddle, and desire to spend a few days and share. As they said in The King and I believe Oscar Hammerstein's lyric, which is, it's often said, or what is it? I've heard it said, it's a true, but it's a very true thought, that when you are a teacher, by your pupils, you'll be taught. And I think that's why it's such a wonderful opportunity for us to come and meet with students who have this wellspring of excitement and talent and passion, and to help them birth it. I know how they feel. When I was 14, all I wanted was to perform, and I used to beg my parents. I grew up in the suburbs of New York, so I'd beg them, please, can we go into the city? And I would literally stand under the marquees of Broadway shows, and I'd say, just take a picture of me under the marquee of Evita. Look. And I have all these such doofy pictures of me when I was a kid. It's like, I couldn't have even dreamed that I'd actually be in a show and then create a show. So I think just having the passion and doing it for the right reasons is enough, because you have to get joy from the journey. You have to get joy from creating. And that's a lesson that took me a long time to learn. And in some ways, coming here to teach these classes is a way to reinforce that, to say that the joy is in the process. It's in the making. It's in the privilege of being able to spend your life being creative, telling stories, and making people happy.
Broadway Dreams will return to Nashville in May as part of the Immerse Yourself Summer Intensive Tour at Belmont.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Really
What a great
cool.
guy.